Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new session. Today, we'll be talking about the International Business Program in Bachelor's Degree. My name is Andres Mendez, and with me, I have today.
I am Nicolas Martinez. I am the head of degree of the International Business.
Hi, Nicolas. Thank you for being here with us today. Nicolas, can you please describe to us a little bit what is the International Business Program all about?
So the International Business Program concentrates mainly in teaching in English to international students as well as Finnish students. And our main topics are international marketing, we have industrial development, and operational management, sports management, and many different types of management that you can be found in business.
And for example, the students can focus, the studies into different areas, depending of what they would like to do, like marketing and other things like that.
Yes, as I was saying, there are some common courses that for all the students at the beginning, so they all read about the same things, and then after they can specialize in different topics. So, for example, you have international marketing, that is one of them. You have another one that is digital marketing. Another one is focused on in the industrial enterprises. Then you have other ones that specialize in the international trade and so on.
And how long does usually the whole program lasts, for the students?
The whole program is designed to last for about 3.5 years, but many students can also, if they want to do it in a faster pace, they can do it in maybe 3 years. And if it takes a little bit longer for some students, some may end up doing it in 4 years. So we are flexible regarding the times.
I think that is a very key and very important part of this program, because a lot of students come with family. And when they move to another different country, sometimes it takes time to integrate, to learn the ways of the new culture. And it's nice that students can be a little bit flexible, in their study time. What about the study modules, on the IB program? Like, what are some of the modules that the program is divided into?
Well, there are different modules, and they are related to the main focus of the student, what they have and what they can choose. So, as I was saying, at the beginning they have common courses that they all take, and at some point they need to decide whether they will take one module that comprises of courses that are related. If we take, for example, the module of digital business, they will take digital marketing, they will take digital marketing metrics, digitalization of business, and so on. So it's up to the student to decide on which topic or module they want to concentrate on, to specialize. So there, on the first year, we have a very big module which is called the virtual enterprise, which is mandatory for all of our students. And it's a very interesting part because they get to simulate how to start up a new company, they get to run the company, and they get the possibility to sell through the company, of course, everything virtually. So it's a very big opportunity for all our students of this international business to participate in.
When you say virtual, is it online, or it means that is just something that is fictitious, that is not real, but they actually have to do the practice, or what do you mean?
That's a very good question. The virtual enterprise means that is fictitious, that the company doesn't exist by itself, but also we give this course online to the students that are not able to come because some dates and problems with coming to the country quickly. We provide this course also online as well. On the second year, the students get to take some professional studies which are related to different topics of specialization. For example, the marketing, digital marketing, or industrial development, and circular economy, sports management, and so on. And after that, the students get to do the practical training. So they need to basically work in a real company for a time, so that they get the experience and they get to know how it is to work in a company in Finland, get to know the working culture here. And finally, the studies end with the students writing a research paper, which is called the thesis, and that's after that they can graduate.
Okay, that's very interesting. It looks rather like interesting. I was gonna say intense, but I guess the students, do they have to study full time, or do they have time for extracurricular activities, on the daily basis, or what do you think?
That's a very good question. So we do have flexibility in the studies. So if the students need some more time for themselves, or they cannot take all the courses at once, of course they can take a little bit less courses so that they have time for themselves. And oftentimes our students, some of them also work while studying, so for them it's also possible to do a little work while they're studying.
Okay, thank you for mentioning that. Actually, my next question is related to work, and what kind of places or what kind of career can a student pursue after graduation? What do you think that are those things that usually students end up doing after they graduate?
That's a very good question. And well, one of the things that the students can do after they graduate, they can become project managers, sales managers, product developers, or even consultants, depending on what the students really want. Is up to them, because our degree is really flexible. So anything that is related to business, if they decide to read then a little more, they can specialize in anything, and they can become anything they want that is related to business.
It is very nice to see, that, for example, a student who has a Bachelor of Administration, it has just such a wide range of options and opportunities that is nice, and at some point can be a little difficult as well, because of what would I choose? Well, I can do this, I can do marketing, I can do, like just so many possibilities. But the good thing is that here also at SEAM, they have the opportunity to meet people from different countries.
Yes,
what do you have to say about the internationalization part?
Well, the internationalization part is, you will see it a lot, because here first the incoming students come from a particular country, and they will meet people from many different countries that come to our degree program, And besides that, they will be meeting exchange students that are coming or incoming to SEAMC. And a part of the degree is also that they get to do an exchange year in some other, or exchange semester, I correct myself, exchange semester in other university with our partner universities, right? So we have endless opportunities for internationalizations of our students.
When you mentioned 1 year exchange, were you referring maybe at the double degree opportunity?
The double degree, yes. The double degree opportunity is some students that can read our degree, they can study our degree, and also get a degree from another university. And that is also possible. So we have double degree agreements with other universities. That is so nice. Imagine, graduating from here and from another university at the same time.
Yeah. What would I need to do in that case? Do I need to go and study there for how long?
You will have to, yes. If, for example, say that you are our student, SEAMC of International Business, and then you want to get a double degree from another European university with which we are partnered with. So what you do basically is you go to study, and you need to get a certain quantity of credits from the other university. So usually the person travels to the other university, completes that quantity of credits, and they come back, and that's it.
Interesting. That's very nice. That's very nice. And well, you have mentioned already different good things about SAM. But what would be one of the few things that you think that makes SAM so special that students will want to travel from around the world to study with us?
We have a very strong culture that we do care about our students. We do care about their success. We do care that they really learn something here, that we can provide something of value to them. So when they graduate and they go out to the world, they can really become something and give back to society. So we're committed 100% to it. And we've been chosen one of the top universities of applied science in Finland. Wow. For more than a year in consecutive. So yes, we have a very strong background about caring about our students.
Nice, nice. Tell me a little bit, in Seinäjoki, is that a place for foreigners? Do they have opportunity perhaps for work after graduation, or can they work during their studies? What is your opinion about this?
So there are two questions embedded in one question that I would like to answer. So Seinäjoki has already become very international in a way. So the Seinäjoki city, the municipality, has developed organizations that help the integration of foreigners to the area. So that we have. One of them is, for example, Moni Info, right? And there is another organization which is a private organization, which is WISE, with which we have done work already, and they do help foreigners also to get integrated, to find a place to study, to find a place to work. So there are many endeavors to improve the integration of foreigners. That is for once, right? So regarding the possibilities of finding work after graduating, there are of course possibilities. There are some few workplaces that they can found in English, that they do not need to know the local language. But if our international students decide to stay in the area, it becomes relevant to know the local language, Finnish. So the possibilities open up for them if they know the local language. And that was the first question. So answering now the second question, which is regarding the students and working while studying. So it's very important to keep in mind that the studies are in a way or another demanding. They're not impossible. We're flexible as well. So it would be advisable that the students would dedicate a fair amount of time to study, to commit themselves to read the courses, so that they can graduate on time or even faster. However, there is the possibility that if they want to do little work while studying, it is possible. But they must also consider the trade-off, because if they work, they have less time for studies. So the time that would take a student that usually works will be longer to graduate if they work at the same time. So it's a trade-off they must think of.
Of course.
Yes.
Nicolas, thank you so far for all these questions. They have been a great answer. I think it's good to hear from the head of a degree program about international business. I hope a lot of our viewers will be able to get encouraged by this and probably come and join us at some point. But are there any last words that you would like to say to our audience to encourage them to come and study with us international business?
Well, definitely. I said to them that take the leap and come to Seinäjoki. Is one of the great cities in Finland. Many would be tempted to go to a bigger city and so on, to the capital city. I know that it's usually how it happens, but the tranquility, the peace, and the opportunities that they may find in Seinäjoki, I think they overtake what other cities can offer them. Seinäjoki is very close to nature, and Seinäjoki is one of the most entrepreneurial areas in the whole Finland. So there are plenty of opportunities here. Also, our school is, as I said and mentioned to you before, is committed to give a high level of education and a great experience to our students. So those could be my final words.
Well, Nicolas, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for attending to our interview, and kiitos paljon.
Thank you.